Bridges! Oh my God!
What?
You want to play basketball
Bridges.
game. Catching bodies.
The shot blocker and look at
Let me
Lillard.
say this,
Oh my
and I'm going to say
word.
this directly to
Just
Miles
walk
Bridges
all
because I
over.
know he has that mentality. Catch them all.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
there you go.
Catch them all.
There you go.
Yes.
Look at that. Incredible dunk on Clint Capella. Got us wondering, do we need to bring back posters, people? What do you think? Should
Yes.
bedrooms have posters?
Yes.
Ready?
Like now,
I don't want- I
Perk
don't
might
wanna
say
bring
no.
back post-
Perk might say no because he's on the other side of that normally, but as a person that is a
Richard.
poster, right? What?
It's not nice.
It's just, we're talking true. We're talking fam. As a person that posterizes people, yes. As a person that gets posterized, like that's what big men do. He doesn't want it.
What do you think, Perk?
Hey, you know what, Rachel? Not today. I promise you, I'm not going to let Richard run my blood pressure up. Okay, I'm not.
I can imagine that blood pressure. That blood pressure is already naturally high, Perk. That blood pressure is high.
Now you're just trying. Perk, I was going to say, it's an hour-long show, so I admire your goals, but I just want to say it is an hour show.
Is that blood pressure is already naturally high, Perk, so I will not do anything to raise it.
Just it's gonna be that kind of hour. I'm Rachel Nichols alongside NBA champs, both of them, Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins. Coming up, guys, we're gonna talk Stan Van Gundy. He says we're already spoiled by how good Zion is after he put a quiet 38 on the Cavs. We'll discuss that in a moment. First, though, let's look back to our Saturday primetime showdown between the Lakers and the Nets.
Why?
Two teams that could potentially meet in the NBA Finals. And Irving is done for the night. Obviously, on a game they need him. Wow. A disastrous second half for Brooklyn. Spirited performance from the LA Lakers.
That Kyrie Dennis Schroeder ejection proved to be the turning point of the game. The Lakers outscoring the Nets 60-39 after the ejections. LA got hot from three, hitting 12 of 18. The Nets went cold, 0 for 14. So, Richard, look, you just said, oh, why? Well, there's a really good reason. We expected this game might be a blowout, but it was because LeBron and AD weren't playing. Kyrie and Kevin were, and it was supposed to be a blowout the other way. The Lakers instead won by 25. So do you think, do you put any stock in it?
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give you guys a heads up. Like, Perk is going to put stock in this. I'm not going to put any stock in this because ultimately these are not the teams that we are expecting to be in the finals. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to be 100% when they get to the finals if these two teams are the ones there. But ultimately, you can't really judge anything off a team without LeBron James, without Anthony Davis. Kevin Durant has been back for 3 games. No James Harden and a Kyrie tossed out in a 1-game situation. Yes, this is not what the Nets wanted. But this is not who they are going to be, and it's not the Lakers are going to be.
Well, first of all, Richard, you don't need to be giving us any more heads up because that milk dud is enough head that you're giving us on TV here. All right, that's the first thing. Second of all, yes, Rachel, I am going to put stock in this, and I'm going to look at the Lakers, right? Look at Taylor Horton-Tucker, Kyle Kuzma being out right now, and he's stepping up his game, being able to sharpen his knife and sharpen his skills. Ben McLemore, new addition, being able to come in and light it up from the three-point line. KCP hasn't been shooting the ball well. So, adding great depth that holds everyone accountable. Well, now KCP is going to have to elevate his game because he's going to have to be looking over his shoulder. Third, Andre Drummond. He abused them in the paint, 20 and 11. Where's DeAndre Jordan right now? I get it. Steve Nash is catering to LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin, but the Brooklyn Nets are not going to win a championship without playing DeAndre Jordan. They have to play him. He is their center that's going to anchor their defense. He's the best live threat that they have going to the basket. So where's DeAndre Jordan right now? He damn sure shouldn't be getting DMPs. I tell you that much.
Richard, where are you on that?
Well, no, I agree with that. A lot of times, and I had this one of my last years in Cleveland, where it's like a coach goes to a veteran and said, look, we're going to play these guys. We're going to get them acclimated. We're going to get them more minutes. We're going to come back to you. And I still want to applaud DeAndre because you're right. They're not going to beat a Joel Embiid playing LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. That's just the truth. It's going to be difficult with a guy like Giannis. Some of these teams in the Eastern Conference, and even if they're fortunate to make it to the finals, which a lot of us are predicting, they have a potential to go against a team like, let's say, the Utah Jazz or like the Denver Nuggets that have a ton of
Philly
size
this week with a healthy Joel Embiid, so we'll find out.
Or even the
more
Lakers,
about that.
or even the Lakers, which their dominance is really their size. When you're talking about Kuzma, Braun, you got AD, and you got Drummond. So that size is just so dominating. So, but you got to get these other guys acclimated as quickly as possible. So I'm okay with it, giving these guys a run to see if you can do it, but then dialing it back, saying like, hey guys, this is what we need.
So when they came back, when Lue came back to you, as he said, after getting those guys acclimated, were you able to jump in the same? Was it?
Yes, because my role was still more of just like, hey, we're going to do this and getting ready for Golden State, trying to play, 5 or 6 smalls. But It was more of like, hey, we're going through a coaching change. I want to give these young guys these opportunities, but we're going to come back to you. Stay ready, stay professional, stay in shape. And ultimately he did. They're going to come back to DeAndre Jordan, but understand part of these DMPs is because they need to get minutes for Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge to see what they can offer and what they have.
Yeah.
But
go ahead, Perk.
But Rachel, RJ, it's only 20 games or less left into the season. Chemistry comes to mind, and I get trying to acclimate these guys, but you got to give DeAndre Jordan some minutes so that he could get back accustomed to playing with everyone. Like, I get all that trying to see what Blake could bring to the table and what LaMarcus could bring, but it's only 20 games left. And the biggest concern to me with the Brooklyn Nets is the chemistry.
Well, look, Steve Nash said that he's had to have a couple difficult conversations with DeAndre Jordan, but that he has been a real pro. So that is to his credit. We'll see how this develops. Let's move over to the Warriors because James Wiseman suffered a meniscus tear in his right knee, could miss the rest of the season, sources told our Adrian Wojnarowski. Wiseman, the number 2 overall pick, of course, in the most recent draft, suffered the injury in the second quarter of Saturday's victory over Houston. Elevated for a dunk, landed awkwardly afterward. Oof, right? The Warriors just 1 game ahead of the Pelicans for that final play-in spot out west. So, Perk, how does this injury impact the Warriors' plans for the rest of this season and the offseason, too? Because there's a lot of the fan base that would like them to make a big trade, and Wiseman's name has been brought up in that.
Well, to me, I think, right now, first I want to wish Wiseman, I'm sending my prayers out that he gets healthy because I think his future is bright. But if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I'm not about to be pounding on Steph Curry and playing him a lot of meaningless minutes trying to win games because they're not going to win a championship. They're probably not going to win the play-in. They might.